Yo, what's going on? What's going on, family? We back. Hey, we back for another Tips for Worship episode. And man, I got a surprise for y'all tonight, man. I like to call him Big Bro, you know what I'm saying? Because he definitely been an influence on my life. And I know he done been an influence on a lot of musicians' lives, especially down here in the South Florida area and around the world. And I got my boy backstage right now. But before I introduce him, like I say on every episode, I want you guys to subscribe. After this video, I'm gonna drop a link right in the bio. And listen, go click that link and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get 1,000 subs before the end of the year. And God's been blessing us. We almost to 700. And all we trying to do is, just help better the community, help our young folks that's coming up. So listen, man, like I said, after this video, hit that link and subscribe. But right now, backstage, what I'm saying, I got my boy David D1 Grant, what I'm saying, from the South Florida area. And man, listen here, I'm gonna bring him in right now, and we're gonna chop it up. Yo,
Brody.
what's
Yes,
going
sir.
on, big bro?
Brody, what it do, man? We in here,
Man,
man.
hey, everything good, man. Everything good, man. I just want to thank you for, taking time out just to come, chat with me, on this, podcast that I got going on. It's definitely a blessing, man. It's definitely a blessing.
Oh, of course, man. We go way back, man. You and your family, man. We go way back, so it's family, man. It's I gotta support you, man. I love what you're doing, so I had to make some time to support, man.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. And listen, man, I know the fam, they gonna be happy to, to see you. And I just want to jump right into it, cause when I first met you, man, I probably had to be like, maybe like 10 years old. And I remember my dad brought you down to the church, and you was doing
Yeah,
some music and stuff. And I was watching you, and I just, I saw you producing, and you had like a little, beat machine where you played the drums on and everything. And I
yeah,
was
man.
just like, man, you know what I'm saying? You like, to me, you was like Michael Jordan back then, 'cause I ain't never seen nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I told my dad, I said, hey, dad, I want to do what that guy right there doing.
Yeah,
And just growing up, I just started seeing you playing at different events. And I remember one time I went to a General Assembly we was having, and this what sparked it all for me. You had your keyboard set up, and you had like a little organ module like on the left hand side.
yeah. I
So
remember
I'm
that,
like, I
man.
said, what the heck is that?
Yeah, man.
And man, ever since then, man, I just, I've been following the work, that you did. And, I just wanted to, just chop it up with you, man, and just let you know it's a blessing to have you on the pod, man.
Man, it's honestly a blessing to have been doing music um, this long because life has been crazy for all of us.
Yeah.
So to still be chopping it up, man, and still be here doing it, and however we doing it, we know we're doing it from God, and we know the gift comes from God. So to be back, talking about it, man, it's great. We can meet up 10 years later and talk about journey and really see manifestation in the lives of the people you know. So this is more than just a normal podcast because I've
Right,
been
right.
knowing each other literally that long. So it's great to see uh, dreams just being talked about, and now we can just talk about them.
Right,
you know,
right, right. That's what's up. So,
I
I
love it.
wanted to just jump into this thing, and I wanted to ask you because, I really didn't know, your upbringing from, like a young child and where your music gift came from. So I wanted to see if maybe you could speak on that. Like, I know Bishop David Grant Sr., your dad was a pastor, and I believe a bishop, if I'm correct.
Yeah, my father's church. That's where I started playing, and man, it's from church, just a preacher's kid,
Right, right,
and
right.
I just love instruments, man. Once I got to middle school and got exposed to like saxophone actually reading music and jazz and other genres, man, I was always just a sponge of that's where it was, man. I was just a sponge. And then middle school, I got exposed to Quincy Jones,
Okay,
and
okay, Quincy
that's
Joe. Okay,
that. Yeah, that's when the avenue of wanting to be a musician, just a musician, kind of changed. And it was like I was aspiring to be an actual producer, and I just
nice,
wanted to know
nice.
everything about producing. And yeah, that's where it came from. Just being inspired to
Wow.
be a producer. Just you know.
So, growing up in in your father's church and everything. So, was the saxophone your first instrument, or was it like the drums or the
No,
keys?
it was like the drums. Then I moved to saxophone, and then I moved
Okay.
to keyboards. After that,
Wow,
that
wow, wow.
that line of drummers get long, so somebody got to play. Somebody got
Yeah,
to switch.
yeah.
Literally,
Somebody
that's
got to
what it was
switch it
for me.
up.
It's like, well, we got to play other instruments, man. Everybody got drumsticks. I'm tired of waiting to offering to play. I want to play from the top of service.
Right, right,
I
right,
want to play when it's live. So
right,
that's
right.
literally what it was, just wanting to explore other instruments just because not a lot of young boys my age were playing all of those instruments. So the ones that I knew, um, Dario Edgecombe,
Nice,
uh,
nice.
play everything.
Right, right,
James Brandon, Jacksonville, my homie George Butts, and Daytona, like all of those guys were peers, and you see them, watch them, and you idolize them on keys. So it wasn't hard to get good at keys
right, right.
at a
That's
young
what's
age
up.
because I was kind of around some goats.
Right, right, right. So
Yeah.
when you first started like playing keys, did somebody like show you, like did you go up to somebody and say, "Hey man, how you play that?" Or did
Oh
you just
yeah.
get
Yeah.
on and
Nah, I always ask questions. Give me everything you played tonight. Let me learn it, and then next time you see me, I know how to play it in every key, and
right,
we'll be
right.
good on that, and we'll be at lesson two.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
So it was
That's
always a
what's
lesson.
up, man.
It's still that to this day, man. When I see homies of mine that play, it's always a lesson. I just need a lesson, man. Give me a lesson. And
Nice, nice.
as a producer now, um, just being able to work with legends and a legend, a goat, and you start learning space. Now,
Right,
when
right.
I was a musician, my thing was all about learning what to play, what to play. Now, as a producer, it's all about learning what not to play.
Right, right, right. Wow,
So that's
wow. That's powerful, man.
yeah,
So when you mention the word space, is that like when you producing something not like overcomplicating it
yeah. It's
or
kind of like like space has a sound on every
okay.
song,
Oh, okay. I
and
get
every
what you
song
said.
space has a sound, and sometimes you got to make make room for that space to have a sound. So it's like um understanding that we all can play. Everybody can play.
Right, right, right.
You know, everybody can't. When it comes to playing, everybody don't know like when's the time to be silent, and
Right,
that's a
right, right.
very important time, especially in worship. When understanding as a keyboard player, most likely at your church, you're playing the lead instrument, the
Right,
instrument
right.
that starts it all. Pretty much people are following the direction of the keyboardist, so you gotta understand that you're probably going to have to be the person that has the most discipline
Got you, got you.
just so that
Wow.
you stay in tune with the service and stay in tune with what you're doing. Even if you're playing a show, it don't have to be a service. I know we're talking about worship, but it's all in alignment. It's
Right,
just
right.
as a keyboardist, you should strive to create space and create a sound palette for all the other things to happen.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I want to get to back to your producing. When how old was you when you first knew that, man? Listen, I think I want to start producing music. I got a feel for this thing. I got a feel for arrangements.
I was about 18. It was like my
18.
senior year.
Okay, okay.
Like I had been studying the idea of it since eighth grade, and I had been studying Quincy Jones, Rodney
Right, right.
Jerkins, who I'm now signed to and who I
Oh,
work with
bad.
full circle. studying, getting to study them like in the '90s, growing up in the '90s.
Right,
I was
right,
that's who I was studying, and just understanding, well, what does a producer do? Like, what is that? Why do I keep seeing this word? What do they do?
right,
So
right,
I studied it for a long time, and then after high school, it was like, all right, I'm finna go for it. This is what I'm finna be. And then I ain't had no clients, so I would always have to solicit my own clients. I want the type of person to sit around and wait on people. You know what I mean? Like,
right,
if I'm
right,
gonna be a producer, if I have to make, I'm not gonna sit around and wait for somebody to call me a producer. I had to make myself a producer. So I got
right,
clients,
right.
and you know that's what led me to meeting your father.
That's what's up.
Working on your mom's project, and we was working
Yeah,
on songs right there. And I came down to work on songs. I brought my tools to set up, and hey, we was working on and producing songs right there,
that's
right,
what's up.
record right at the church. We was
Yeah,
set up
yeah.
right at the church and recording, man. And those were the beginning stages of for me just recording, getting the opportunity for people to listen to what I could do as a producer.
Right, right.
I know I wasn't good enough to work on Michael Jackson record, but I am good enough to put forth effort,
Right,
and
right.
that's what
That's
a lot of
powerful.
people need to understand about starting anything in life. Like, the thing that's going to get you to the end is the first step.
Right,
There's
right,
no
right.
ending without the first step.
Man, that's powerful, man. Hey,
It's
so
the first
listen,
step,
if
man.
you young guys watching this right now, or you watching this on replay, you gonna have to run this back for what he just said. You got to get started if you want to see anything
Yeah,
happen. You got to
you
get
got to get
started.
started. Like, you can't wait on big calls to come through your phone and this. You got to go find some clients. It's
Right,
so
right,
many, so many people dreaming to walking into the hands of a producer or a keyboardist, or they may, man, if I could just find a keyboardist, man, if I can just find it. And sometimes just making that move puts you in position.
right, right. That's what's up, man. That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's powerful.
And
So,
I'm even saying that towards older musicians too. Like, a lot of people feel like they haven't played this gig or played that gig, or they haven't been to that level and that level. Sometimes making a move is gonna be what needs to happen for you. Just don't be
right,
afraid. If
right,
that's what
right.
God is calling, be if that's what God is calling for, be everything that God is calling for, fearlessly.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's
Yeah.
hey, that's powerful, man. That's powerful. So I know that you actually attended Full Sail. I don't know how long ago that was. Probably maybe
Yeah.
15.
2004, class of 2004.
Okay, class of
Yeah.
2004. So do you think that played a big part in your career now? Just going to a school, that teaches you how to produce and maybe how to network and stuff like that.
Yeah, one of the biggest part of my careers, because
Okay.
without Full Sail, I don't learn how to say hello to other.
Ah, got you,
I don't
got you.
learn how to network. I don't even know what I want to. I don't know the end game. I don't know the pieces of putting together a record. I don't know what everybody's role is, what everybody's job is. I don't know how to go to New York and meet somebody I've never met. I don't
Right,
know how to
right.
work in the studio in California. I can't work in, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's, that just taught me everything, because I'm from
that's
DeLand, Florida.
right,
And in
right,
DeLand,
right,
Florida, we didn't have A-room, A-list studios. There was no A-list studio you could record at. So how was
right.
I ever going to learn? you know,
Yeah.
you wasn't going to learn it. You had to get up and go. And that's one thing the education part of my journey did for me.
Wow, wow, that's powerful. So now, say you got a guy. He's growing up, kind of, like you did, like I did, and he get that passion. He see that he watch a YouTube video. He see guys producing, and he like, man, I want to produce. Do you think in 2025 that kid should say, listen, I'm gonna go to school, so and like a school like Full Sail, a producing school where I can learn the ropes and everything. Do you still recommend that?
100%. Sign up for
Okay.
Full Sail and go. If you want to be a cheater, go where the cheaters are being taught.
Right, right, right. That's
Don't
powerful.
be out here, don't be out here trying to be a cheater and you hanging with the zebras. no, God has put
That's-
too many cheaters on earth to hang with the zebras.
yeah, yeah, that's
You
powerful,
literally
man.
can put yourself in position and go get that education.
That's
Be
what's up.
swift and smart. If you can't afford the education, then go to community college and go to a community college that has a program similar to Full Sail, or find an alternative college with lower tuition. There's ways, like find a way, make it
Right,
happen.
right,
Yeah,
right.
find a way to make it happen to get that education, because that's where you're gonna meet your peers
Okay.
and the class of people you start with at a young age. Like, one of the things I'm most proud of at my age I'm at now,
Hmm.
the class of peers that I started with early 2000s doing
Right,
music
right.
with, like, now, like, man, goats,
Right, right,
juggernauts,
right,
Grammy
right.
award winning, Dove award
Wow,
winning,
wow.
um, all over TV, every record you see coming out now, like,
Man.
real deal. So, I'm a part of an elite class of friends that really took it serious, and now, the time paid off. So, to all the young people, if you put in the
Right,
work, right?
right, right. The time will pay if you put in the work. That's
Yeah.
powerful. That's powerful, man. So I know growing up you worked with a lot of, local artists. Do you think working with those local artists, like after Full Sail and everything, gave you the experience to, get ready for when you got that major break?
Yes. Yes. Thank God and shout out to every artist that I've ever worked with and allow me to use what I do with their gift, because
Right, right.
it every song was truly important.
Hey, man,
Every one
that's
of them.
what's up. That's
Every
what's
one of
up.
them.
Wow, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So now I know you play for, Grammy award winning artists and, musicians. Could you, touch on that experience for us?
Yeah. So I got a chance to tour with Jon Batiste.
Okay.
Um. During the year, he dropped the album "We Are." 11
Okay.
Grammy nominations, 5 wins, including
Wow.
Album of the Year. And just to be a part of that, we started in Austin, Texas at Austin City Limits, and
Okay,
did a show.
okay.
It was my first show with him, man. And just from the first rehearsal, coming together to experience that level of musicianship was something you can't live twice.
Man.
Can't live it twice. You
Right,
can't
right.
live it twice. So that
Man.
was probably one of my most memorable experience.
Wow, wow. And man, I bet, man, when you was on that stage, man, you was proud, man. You was definitely proud. Especially for all the work you put in throughout the years, to see yourself where you belong, man, that's incredible, man. Most
Man,
definitely.
I think in that moment my mindset was more so than proud. My mindset was um happy I'm available to be used in this capacity. Like,
That's
I'm
what's up.
happy I had my mind together. I know the music, the mission is clear, the love we're trying to show on stage. Jump gives me the opportunity to do the team prayer before we go out on stage.
Wow,
So it's it's spiritual, and
man.
man, that experience, man, I can't talk enough about it.
Right,
It
right.
That experience was amazing to ride that journey with John, man.
Man, that's hey, man, that's super powerful. And man, I know your parents must be, very proud of you, man, just to see something that they birth, just all over the world, cuz to be honest, some of our parents, they may never be able to see, what's out there, but the gift that they birthed out here is able to take them places. That's incredible, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing to sit back and talk with my pops, my mom, on conversations of, man, because for me, I guess I've been working so hard so
Right,
long.
right.
I've never seen myself from the outside looking in. It's just, I'm loving God, I'm loving life. I'm just moving. I'm just trying to make
Right,
music.
right.
And for my parents, I understand that they've been on this journey with me as well. So I'm thankful for them just being able to still see me ride this
Right,
wave, and
right. Man, that's crazy, man.
who knows what's
Yeah, but
next.
man, I gotta ask you. So say you out, you playing all these big, incredible gigs. I saw a post that you posted. I don't know, maybe a month ago. I can't remember the exact date, but you said, I'm with Pops tonight. You know what I'm saying? I saw the band in the background. I believe your Pops might have been preaching or something. How
Yeah, he was doing a
Okay, he was
revival.
doing a revival. So I want to go back to, like, once you first, like, say you made it big, you playing gigs, and then you come back to the church. What is that feeling like? That know that you bringing all that experience back, and you so humble just to bring it back from where you started from. How does that feel?
I'm honored to be a a light that shows true prophecy,
Okay.
because I know there's a lot of people was around when I was 8,
Right.
9, 10, 13, 14, when my father would prophesy that, hey, you're gonna play arenas,
Right.
you're gonna travel the world playing music, you're gonna be around the greatest of players, and just to know that, yeah, the prophet wasn't lying. The prophet wasn't
That's
lying.
it. Hey,
God
what's
still
prop?
has true
Hey, what's his
prophets.
address? I need to get down there.
Right.
No,
You
I'm
know what
just
I'm saying? So yeah, and the second part of it is like, our first mission is to our home
okay.
and to God. That's our first mission
Right, right,
in life. Like, it don't matter the stage. It don't matter if it's an arena of 20,000 people or it's in a service with 15 people.
right, right, right,
The mission for you is to play in a way that somebody feels love.
right, right,
That's as far as I take it when I'm on keyboards. It's not about where I'm playing or the gig or the venue, because once you've played an arena, you've played
right,
it.
right, right,
Once you once you played a festival with 50,000, 60,000, you've
right,
played it.
right, right.
And you know you might do that for 10 years and find out you don't even have a joy in it no more.
Got you, got you.
But there's not one time you can go to church and play from your heart that place won't ever feel
Wow,
home.
wow. That's
Always, everybody needs a home, and that place that makes them home and that completes them. You'll never stop. Like, yeah, where you go in life don't matter
right, right.
once you create your home. And for a lot of musicians, more than just being home, it's their altar. You know,
Got you. Yeah, that's it.
a
That's
lot
it.
go on in the heart and the soul and the mind when you travel in the world making music. So to know that you can just always come back home and find your altar, that's your first altar.
Right, right, right. That's what's up. That's what's up. Man, so I gotta ask you, if it's some, young guys out there, even older guys, cause it's still some older guys out there still trying to better their craft, still trying to get better at what they doing. Is there any advice that you can, give to us, us guys out here that's, still trying to get better at our craft?
Yeah, don't try to predict the year that God's gonna use you the most.
Okay.
Don't try to predict that.
That's
Let
what's up.
God have that. You just stay working.
Right.
You
Stay
just stay
working. That's
working.
it.
You just stay working. And like I tell people all the time, you just stay planting seeds. It ain't your job to be the rain or the sun.
Right,
We know whose
right.
job that is. You just stay
Yep.
planting seeds. And we know whose job that is. Just stay planting seeds and move around. Like,
Yep.
God has made it a way for us on the earth now to move around and connect and collaborate. Like,
Nice, nice.
change up some spending habits that go along with collaboration.
Right, right.
More so than self adoration, Just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
spend money on collaboration.
Okay, okay. Hey, hey, y'all hear that now? Cause I'm definitely listening, man.
Yeah, a
I'm
lot
I'm
of people
taking it
don't
in.
like, they invest into
Hey, D1, yeah, I think. Hello, we're gonna come back in. Let me let him.
I'm back.
Okay,
I'm back.
okay, all right.
All right, there we go. I said a lot of people don't invest into collaborating, and that's one thing I've always done. Just like I'm gonna invest into collaborating with some friends around the country and
Okay,
some friends
okay,
in the city. Like we're gonna collaborate,
okay.
make a way for it to happen.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So I know you done. I know your catalog is pretty long, but I gotta ask you if it was three artists right now that you can work with, or that you haven't worked with that you want to work with now, who would those artists be?
Hmm, man, that's a good one.
Like right
That
now, if that phone call that you waiting on, just three artists. I don't know. It could be Beyonce. It could be Shirley Caesar. I'm just throwing some names out there. But who would D1 want to produce? And
um,
your sound would like fit what they craft and everything.
I would say number one probably would be Brandy.
Okay,
Uh, number two probably would be maybe Maroon Five,
okay, all right.
Verbatim. And then number three probably would be PJ Morton.
PJ Moore. Okay, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's dope, man. That's dope. But man, it's one thing I did want to tell you. Growing up, and I believe this could be another reason why God bless you so much. You like the guys. You was never unreachable. Like anytime I ever needed any advice, I mean, it's not one time I ever reached out to you that you didn't say, "Hey, bro, you need to do this." I'd
Yeah,
be like, "Hey, bro, would this audio interface work for this? Do I need to get this?" And you would just say, "Nah, hey, that's all you need, bro. Not that, that's good right there." You
there we
just
go.
always responded, and man, that's a blessing. And that's kind of like what I do too. If I learn something, I don't try to keep it to myself. If anybody asks me, I try to give them tips. I try to help them out. And I believe that God's, He's been blessing me where I'm able to, take care of my family. My sons, they're doing great. They're
Yeah,
in private school, and I don't have the contract or the money to afford the stuff that they's getting. But through me planting seeds and everybody else, God's just been blessing me, and I got favor
right.
on my life.
Yeah.
And I see the same thing with you, and I just want to encourage you, man. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep on dropping knowledge on us. I call us the young folks. You know what I'm saying? Because we still learning.
Man, I was fortunate in my career, man, to have been raised around homies and have brothers in the game, older and younger than me, that
Right, right,
never capped on the knowledge, man. They always could drop the knowledge or a lesson, man. So I don't even know that language of not sharing the knowledge and playing it forward because that's all I know. So many people have helped me from,
right,
like,
right.
you know,
That's what's
anytime
up.
it's time to answer a question, yeah.
Yeah, man, we appreciate that, man. And I want to ask you, man, if it's somebody right now, a young person, they want to be a producer, they want to do things that D1's doing. What is something very simple that you would tell them?
Study every night,
Okay,
study 30 minutes every night,
all
whether
right,
it be learning the latest DAW software or learning a new songwriting style,
right, right.
whatever it is, working with AI or like we so far into the things that we can learn right at our fingertips. That's why I say just start learning. Like teach yourself how to learn over and over and over again. That's it.
That's what's up.
And meet some people. Reach out to some people. That's why that's all I would say. Reach out to some artists and songwriters, man, and start something. Hang out. Write a song
Yeah,
together.
right, right. That's
Yeah,
what's
get
up.
in.
That's
Just
what's
jump
up.
into it. Just
Eh,
jump into it.
So what's your favorite doll right now? What doll you producing in?
Logic,
Oh,
Logic,
Logic. Okay,
all,
okay.
all team Logic. Yeah,
Right,
I'm
right,
in
right.
Logic majority of the time. On stage, I like to use Ableton for
Okay.
live playback, but in the studio, I'm working with Logic.
That's what's up. That's so Logic. That's your go-to. That you know the ins and
That's
out of
what I'm
that Logic.
that's what I'm pulling up. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hey, listen. I don't want to hold you too long. I know we've been on here
All right,
30
I
minutes.
appreciate it. Yeah, I
Hey,
appreciate it.
but man, I know everybody watching. I had some guys call me. They like, man, you got D1, man. And we was
Yeah,
talking about the Grammys, man, because I remember this, man. This was 3 years ago, and we still talking about it. But I think you posted something
yeah.
on maybe Instagram or something, and
I
you were
played with
saying,
Jon Batiste. Yeah.
yeah, you were saying that you was gonna play with him. So I'm watching the Grammys, man, and you got the whole band was in all pink. You know what I'm saying? You guys had the suit on. You had the hat up, and man, y'all was getting it, man. And just to see somebody from the South, make it there, it just let all us know that it's a possibility. Like you said, if you work hard, you put the work in, you can make it, man. And we just I'm speaking for everybody down here, man. We love you, and man, we proud of you, and keep grinding, man.
Yeah, we'll do. Love, respect, man. More to come, man. Got some great things happening now. I'm with Rodney Darkchild Jerkins now, and the Aliens Alive, man. We're working on the Christian hip hop um, things. You guys got to check out all the Alien Alive artists: John Keith, Alex Jean,
Wow,
Hosey.
wow.
You got to check all of that music out. So I'm telling everybody right now, like the the magnitude of what Christian hip hop is about to do in the next year or two is going to be a wave. And I'm just happy that Christian music is taking on a new shape, taking on a new sound, and I'm honored to be a part of that wave and looking forward to that. So Aliens Alive, make sure y'all go look up that playlist on Apple Music
That's what's
and
up.
Spotify and jam that all night. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. Like jam that all night.
Hey, that's it. Hey, y'all heard it, man. Go jam it, cause I'm definitely gonna be jamming it. And you heard it first. We definitely gonna hear the producer skills of our brother from down here, man. Hey, listen, bro, man. I appreciate this. You know what I'm saying? I know I done told you about 10 times, but man, thanks for coming on the pod, man.
No
For
problem, man. Give
real.
my love to your family, your mom and father. You know what it is, man.
Hey, but before you go, man, I gotta tell you, so that the song that you produced for my mom, it was a while ago. I was listening to that thing, and man, just the breaks that you was doing back in the day, I was like,
Pray
you was
for us,
doing,
man. We
bro,
came a long way.
bro, you was doing 2025 stuff way back then. I gotta let you
Wow,
know,
man.
man.
Oh, wow, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. But all right,
All
my
good.
brother, man.
All good, my brother. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Much love to you and your family, okay?
All right, you too, man. Take care.
Great.
Hey man, that was a blessing, man. That was my brother David Grant, David D1 Grant, man, and it was a blessing for him to just come on the pod and share some knowledge with us. And I wanted to bring him on just to let our young guys know that listen, you can make it too. It don't matter what your gift is, if it's playing keys, if it's being a producer. God will make room for your gift if you continue to serve him and give back to him. You know what I'm saying? And it's a blessing, man, for all the artists and all the productions that he has done. I know his parents is very proud of him, and we just got to keep striving. And that's the tips for worship today. And hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And again, listen, after the video, I'm gonna drop a link in the bio, and man, just go click on that YouTube link, go to Tips for Worship page, and just hit subscribe. Just do that for us to keep these videos coming. We're not charging to do this. We're just doing this from the goodness of our heart, man. And we really appreciate y'all, man. Hey, listen, thanks for joining the show. Y'all have a good night.